Happy to have
I'm
you on the
doing good, man.
show.
I'm doing good. Say it
Uh,
again. I
I
hear
said
you.
happy to have you on the show, man. Hope everything is well.
Yeah, yeah. Everything's good, man. Everything's great. You know what I mean? We deep in training camp, getting ready for my next fight, June 8th, and we locked and loaded, man. Ready to go.
And I'm assuming you have your opponent already. Top Rank's good with letting you guys know who you're gonna fight.
Yeah, yeah. His name is Jose Enrique Vivas. He's 23-3. Fought a couple, fought some notable names, like Joet Gonzalez, Eduardo Baez. Tough dude, nonstop pressure, and we are definitely, looking forward to this type of test.
Yeah, man. So are you doing did you watch tape or did you just skim through things and you leave that for the trainers?
Nah, nah. I definitely watch tape because like I be liking having I like to have my own assessment on things. You know what I'm saying? Coach K, he like to watch certain things, but sometimes we even do film study together. He'll see certain things and then I'll add on what I see if he doesn't, see certain things, and then we just come up with a master plan and end up getting the guys up out of there.
So you starting to come into your own. The promotions, the media. They're starting to talk title shots.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Do you feel rushed? Do you feel right on target? What's your thoughts with the situation? Obviously, I know you're watching ESPN and the way they're talking to you. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people on the boxing streets already matching you with Inoue.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm right on track. I don't feel like I'm being rushed. I feel like everything is happening at the right time. I definitely feel like, my title shot realistically might come next year, but I'm ready right now. I'm ready right now. I've been telling everybody I'm ready right now. Nobody's doing the things that I'm doing in the gym. And I feel like my IQ is just different. You know what I mean? I feel like, given the right opponent, you guys will see how deep my bag is. And hopefully this next opponent might be able to, bring something else out of me.
So does Vivas, Enrique Vivas, does he switch southpaw for any chance?
Nah, I don't really see him switch southpaw like that. He's just like a non-stop pressure. Like if he switches, it'll probably be a switch just to keep you in the, let's say if you're in a corner or something like that and you trying to escape out to your left, he'll probably switch in that time just to keep himself in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So he'll do momentary like switches like that, but other than that, he's not like a total like switch hitter like that, like a Boots or Terrence Crawford or anything like that.
So you sparring the southpaw Tank was just cause you can't pass up that type of work. Cause I mean I'm looking at, and this guy being an orthodox fighter, I'm figuring that doesn't help for camp. So you did Tank the favor or his team the favor.
Nah, nah, man. I ain't sparring Tank. I haven't sparred Tank this camp because he's getting ready for Frank Martin. He just wants, like southpaw work, and obviously my guy isn't southpaw, so it wouldn't be beneficial to see neither one of us at the moment because we just really locked in on what we want to do in our respective camps. We just train together. But my guy, DJ Zamora, he's been working with Tank. DJ has been getting to work with Tank, and it's been great. It's been great watching him get to work. It's been great seeing DJ, get in the ring with a guy like Tank, and it's a joy to watch. I feel like DJ is definitely one of the guys that's not talked about much, not talked about enough, and he's definitely going to be the next one coming up, man. Yeah, everybody should watch out for him for sure.
So I mean, I know this is like a typical question, but I still gotta ask: are you looking to make a statement? Because some of your previous stablemates, I know Joet isn't necessarily uh, with Top Rank anymore, but he went 10 with Enrique. Like you
Mhm,
said, Eduardo Baez went 10, and
mhm,
you've been showing power as of late.
mhm.
You're on a two-fight knockout streak. Do you think you can continue that?
Most definitely, most definitely. I definitely plan on making another statement come June 8th. It's honestly just a lot of pain and rage I got, just kept up inside me. Like, and especially with all of the type of training that we're doing, there's no way that I'm not gonna put on another crowd pleasing performance. I definitely plan on making another statement. It's in New York. Every time I fight in New York, I get a TKO or a KO. So, I would like to keep that train going. I would like to keep that movement running and keep pleasing my crowd in New York.
So you seem to be top 10 in a few sanctioning bodies. Have you decided what belt you're gonna hunt down first, or is it whichever opportunity comes first?
It's more so whatever opportunity comes first. You know what I mean? I'm with whatever. Like, what I mean? It just all depends on, like you said, which opportunity comes first. The WBO has Rafael Espinoza. IBF has Fernando Lopez. WBC has Ray Vargas. Either one of those, like, I could see myself taking, and it just all depends on which comes first. Because at the end of the day, my story is gonna be written one way or another, and I'm gonna be able to take over the whole division, man. Like I really see myself as being the best featherweight in the world.
You've sparred Lopez, right? He trains in the same gym sometimes, right?
I've sparred him plenty of times, so he knows what's up.
You think there would be not a conflict of interest, but maybe his team, because he's I'm pretty sure he's promoted by Top Rank and Federbox, right? Hector, right?
Yeah, he is.
So if
Yeah.
Hector knows you
I don't
well,
think.
you think Hector would let him, not let him, but allow that fight to happen?
At the end of the day, Venato's a grown man. He makes decisions on his own. I feel like Hector may advise him, maybe to make that fight, maybe not. I don't know. I really don't know what goes on in Hector's head. But I feel like when there's a lot of demand, when there's enough demand, listen, like there's nothing that certain people can do. After a while, if the demand is great, then the fight is gonna happen.
For sure. Obviously, with you having this fight coming up, and the hottest news right now is Ryan Garcia's positive drug test. I wanted to, have you put yourself in that predicament if your opponent for a title fight, not these regular fights where you are allowed a +1 or a +3. In your title fight, your opponent blows weight by 3.2 pounds. What do you do?
Um, Listen, I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's hard to say because I understand Devin's perspective and just letting the fight happen. You've kind of built up this whole grudge match thing and everything, and the fight is already here next day, whatever. So it's just like, let's just get this fight over with. What I mean, just take this and just take this guy down. But also, if looking at a business standpoint, it's like, yo, bro, like you worked really hard to get down to your respective weight, and this guy is not one, not two, but 3 pounds overweight, and then some with some ounces on it. It's like, nah, like I understand why some fighters would make you be like, nah, like it's either you cut that weight or the fight not happening. Um, to be honest, I don't know. My ego, I probably would still fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I probably would still fight, and I'm gonna really punish the dude for making me work down to my respective weight and him not making it. I feel like it's disrespectful, and I would like go. I would like go in, but at the same time, I would be smart with my approach. I feel like Devin, he didn't fight like himself, man. Like he didn't fight like Devin Haney. He just really fought like he was in a fight, like in a street fight. You know what I mean? And it kind of surprised me how even when he got caught with the first left hook in the first round, he just continued to make the same mistakes over and over and over and not make the adjustments that he usually does. So I feel like that was really the downfall in his fight. But to touch base on the drug test, man, that positive the Ostarine, that's unfortunate, but we still, I mean, they're still talking about the other samples that's supposed to be coming through and all the technicalities that come behind it and everything like that. It's kind of crazy. It's really not a good look for boxing. I honestly hope that Ryan isn't dirty, just so the boxing world doesn't look bad. You know what I'm saying? That's the real thing that I'm really concerned about. And then also on top of that, Devin's health. If Ryan is positive on, then that probably makes a big difference on the fight. But man, I don't know. I just hope that Ryan actually isn't dirty, because it'll just look bad on the sport, man. It'll be a bad thing on the sport.
What do you? I mean, I know your father's a big part in your life and in your boxing
Yeah.
career. What do you think he would do or advise you? Because it kind of went down like that, like where Devin made the decision. But I'm interviewing fighters and trainers. Like I had the Schofields on, and the father like, nah. Even if my son wanted to fight, 3.2 pounds is too much. I just let him be mad with me and pull him from the fight. Do you think your father would step in, or at the end of the day, like you said, Venato's a man, Bruce Carrington's a man? If regardless what my dad say, he's my dad. I love him, and I know he wants his, your best at heart, but you want that fight.
Yeah. I think my dad would definitely advise me not to take the fight. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But I don't know. I think I would still take it. I think I would still take it because of all of the training that I've done. I think it would be more than enough to handle any person that is in front of me. Um, Granted, like I understand business is business, but I don't know. Like that's something that when I'm in that position, I would have to really like understand and make the decision on the fly. Because you never know exactly what you're gonna do until you're put in that predicament. But me talking to you right now, I probably would still take that fight. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Got a couple of questions from the people, and we'll get you out of here. We got Octo that says, greetings, champ. Who are some of the boxers in the game today with high-level ring IQ, not including yourself?
Oh man, Terrence Bud Crawford, bro, high IQ. I feel like even to this day, like people are starting to appreciate his game, but his IQ is still underrated in my opinion. It's not talked about enough. I Tank's IQ is great. Like people are so more focused on his knockouts instead of how he sets up his knockouts. Like he uses a lot of psychological warfare. People don't pick up on that. Canelo Alvarez, he's another one. He really takes his time and lets a lot of guys burn themselves out. And then on top of that, he's hitting you with the shoulder. He's breaking down your body, and then he's like taking his time while he gets you up out of there, or just even get an easy win. Yeah, those are a few guys that I watch a lot of the time, and I feel like their IQ isn't talked about enough.
All right. I got Toledo Treese in Ohio says, do you think Big Turk, His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh, can get you in there with Ray Vargas for the belt? And I seen that your cousin has a wristwatch company. Is there any way you can get me on the list to buy a watch?
Yeah, no, most definitely. Compass timepieces. You guys definitely got to check that out, man. My last fight, I had the Blueface Titan 2, clean watch. He has it's a great Swiss brand. Definitely could get you on the list to get one for sure, for sure. And the first question, I lost that. What was it?
Uh, do you want His Excellency Turkey Al-Sheikh to set you up with Ray Vargas for the title
Oh,
WBC?
Oh well, of course. Whenever I feel like that's definitely possible. If like listen, Big Turk could do anything at this. He could pull them strings, and it seems like there's nothing that anybody could do to stop him. You know what I mean? It's like he really wants to make boxing great again. You know what I mean? And he's putting good fights together, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that we have someone that has that type of power that can pull their strings to make these certain things happen. But yeah, I would love that. I would love that fight with me and Ray Vargas, man.
All right. Next one is from Stainless in Detroit. In your opinion, for your career, who is the man you have to beat to be the man?
In my career, in my opinion, as of right now, I think it'll be Inoue for sure, because he's just the biggest name in the smaller guys divisions, and he's right under my division right now. I feel as if he's basically the cash cow, and in the smaller weight divisions. He should be coming up to featherweight soon. He got all the titles at 122, and he just got it. He just got his win over man, what's his name? I just blinked out. But yeah, he just got a good win. Fifth round
Over
KO.
Louis Neary.
Louis Neary, thank you.
I
Over
think it was
Louis
sixth
Neary.
round.
Sixth round. Okay. You're right. Yeah, he also showed he ain't invincible in that first round. So, yeah, him coming up to 122, 126, excuse me, will be interesting. It'll be very interesting. But he's the guy for sure for me to, become the man.
Be honest. When you seen him get dropped, what went through your mind? And I don't know, did anything blurt out? Did you give us an oh shit or what?
I mean, I definitely was like, oh, because it was one of those like out of nowhere shots. He got caught in between his punches, and I felt like he got a little ahead of himself. But it was like at the end of the day, it's boxing. People get caught. Almost everybody in the sport got dropped, got clipped, got wobbled. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, it happens. Like people be trying to make this guy like he's invincible. Like he's not invincible, bro. Anybody could get hit. Anybody could get clipped. It takes one shot. Now, if Louis Neary followed up properly, and the fight could been a different way. Probably would have had Louis Neary raising his hand at the end of the fight. But Inoue took his time as his champion as he is, and adjusted and got Louis Neary out of there. He made the proper adjustments to get them out of there, and that was really impressive on his end. I wish Naoya Inoue can continue to look great, be great. So there's no excuses by the time when it's time for me to fight him.
I felt like Neary got a little bit overzealous. Like, he was almost in a running position when he got caught with his own first knockdown because he was trying to close the show. How do what do you think his downfall was? Because obviously after the knockdown, he should have been able to capitalize or at least sway the momentum.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like he definitely got overzealous. There was no approach with the jab at all. There was no real setups that he was trying to do to get Inoue out of there whatsoever. So it was easy for Inoue to make those adjustments. And he was just like biting on almost like every feint that Inoue did, running into shots, getting out of position. Like that first knockdown that Inoue caught him with, Luis Nery was totally out of position, out of stance, and all Inoue had to catch him with was a step back hook. Boom, he just ran right into it. So yeah, his positioning was just so off. He was just being too greedy in there, and his body just started to break down. And then once that happened, Inoue got him up out of there.
Rue in the 504 New Orleans, how does it feel to get another opportunity to again fight in front of your home crowd?
Man, it's great. It's always great to fight in New York. It's always great to fight in Madison Square Garden. But it's something a little different about this one. Because I'm fighting, this is my second time fighting on TV. This is my first co-main event, but I'm fighting in front of Puerto Rican crowd, Puerto Rican Day weekend. Like, it's going to be electric. This one is going to be electric, and man, I just can't wait to perform in front of everybody, man. I got something real special for the Puerto Rican fans, man. Like, I can't wait to do what I do.
We got Young Too Cold. He says, big fan, champ. I know it's early in your career, but if the monster moves up to 26, would that fight be of interest to you? You've already answered that unless you want to add anything to it.
I mean, I don't feel like the fight would happen as soon as he moves up because I still, have to continue to make a name for myself. There's like, on the business end, there's not much that he can gain from fighting a guy like me right now as of this moment. I'm high risk, low reward. He has, better oppositions in terms of fighting the guys with the belts as of right now. So that's why I'm working my way up to get in position to be able to fight him whenever the time is right. But yeah, man, I've been ready to fight Inoue. I've been ready to fight Bernardo Lopez. I've been ready to fight Ray Vargas. Whoever got the belt at 126, I'm ready to fight each and every one of them.
We got Years of Lurking. Hey, champ, big fan. How long do you see yourself at 126?
Man, To be honest, I could be in 126 as long as I want to. I have no problem making weight. I have no problem cutting weight. Um, I just want to just get my job done, and then think about moving up to 130 when it's time. Like I'm too locked in on 126 right now. I got a lot of business to take care of.
We got Greg in Tacoma. What up, champ? With Inoue coming to 126 in the near future, have you thought about how that fight plays out after you grab the belt? You just answered that. We got One Way Renzo, Roseville, Georgia. You recently paid homage to Iron Mike. How important is his legacy to you and your neighborhood?
Man, listen, y'all. If you're asking that question that I recently paid homage to Mike Tyson, then you don't watch my fights enough, man.
Yeah,
I
because you
always
come in
have
with the towel every day.
the towel every fight. Every fight, I come out with the towel, man. But Mike Tyson's legacy is like huge to me, man. We from the same neighborhood, Brownsville. Never ran, never will. Like he is like the man in Brownsville, man. Like he's like a figure that not I can't compare it to like some legend or myth or something like that, but he just carries a certain type of aura to where it's just like, man, it's like you're unbelievable. So me being a boxer, me coming into boxing, he's my first favorite fighter of all time, like to watch since I was a little kid. And he's just an amazing individual inside the ring, outside the ring. Whatever he says, you want to tune in and listen to. Whatever he does, you want to watch. Man, Tyson is just an all-around great person, great fighter. He's an icon in boxing, man.
Is he? Shit. Is he beating Jake Paul though?
Definitely, definitely. I feel like it's certain things people not taking into account, they're not thinking about the fact that Jake Paul has never fought anybody that's a legitimate heavyweight. Like Tyson is a legitimate heavyweight. Jake Paul is not a legitimate heavyweight. And two, he lost to Tyson Fury. I mean Tommy Fury, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, I no disrespect to Tommy Fury, but Mike Tyson still has that explosiveness. You see Mike Tyson train. He still has that power. He's still, gonna walk you down. I feel like there's gonna be times when Mike Tyson has to hold himself back from hurting Jake Paul. He's gonna have to start pulling his punches like Spider-Man or something. Like, that's how I feel. You know what I mean? On some real. That's what's gonna have to happen for the fight to
Wow.
actually, go on.
That's crazy. I think the best thing would be to knock him out in one, right?
Dude, word. That is the best thing. Word.
Mike will be back. We got Donald Johnson from Baton Rouge. Can we get a knockout? No, excuse me. Can we get a knockdown on June 8th? And do you see yourself fighting a big name soon?
Oh, definitely on the first question, yes. And big name, yeah, man. Like soon as I feel like they're gonna be start putting me in a ring with the big names either the end of this year or the start of next year. Either or. Y'all ain't gonna have to wait too much longer. Y'all ain't gonna have to wait too much longer. We are done. Like we're almost done marinating at this point. You know what I mean? We just ready to just get it on with anybody and everybody. And I don't think anybody and everybody gonna have to fight me, but the demand is gonna be high, so y'all gonna have to deal with it.
We got Steph from Columbus, Ohio. What up, champ? Saw you in the gym with Tink. How's it like training with someone at the top of his game, and does it motivate you more?
Oh, 100%. To me, even to be able to train alongside with Tank, it is something special. You know what I mean? Well, Tank was actually training alongside us, but not messing around. But on some real though, like for him to be coming around in my camp to be training with us, and it shows that like I'm doing something right for somebody like him to want to take part of our training exercises and whatnot. And it's definitely motivational. And he's explosive, man. He's an explosive dude. Like you see his footwork and how he gets in and out of danger, gets in and out of a punching range, and me watching him hitting the pads and stuff like that. I'm really like just like studying him. I'm like, nah, this dude is special. Like he really is a special talent, and it's something that is interesting to watch, man. It's something that I would like to be around all the time.
I got the hangout spot in Florida. Huge fan, champ. I was born and raised in Bushwick, so I always rep my Brooklyn fighters to the fullest. Besides Tyson, who are your top 3 favorite fighters of all time from Brooklyn?
From Brooklyn. Okay, okay. So you say so aside from Tyson, so I got Zab Judah, I got Riddick Bowe, and Zab Judah, Riddick Bowe. Oh, well, I like Danny Jacobs too. Danny Jacobs, he's one of my favorite fighters growing up to watch, like especially in the amateurs as well. The way he put his numbers together was crazy, and then he did his thing as well in the pros. Man, those are my 3 favorite like Brooklyn boxers growing up.
Stephen Toronto, when in training camp, excuse me, when in training camp do you practice abstinence? If so, how long?
Man, that's nobody's business. That's personal business, man. I ain't talking about all
All right.
that.
We got Benny Hinn. Do you feel you are ready for Robisi Ramirez fight? And what belt are you looking for in the near future? You already said any belt, don't matter, but Robisi, interested?
Man, I've been ready for Robesi. Me and Robesi shared plenty of rounds together as well too. We sparred together a lot of rounds. He was getting ready to fight for his first world title fight, and again, they know what's up.
I got Bob Saget. When you have gone what? When you gonna have shirts for sale? Been waiting for Shu Shu
Ah,
shirts 5 fights ago. He put Harlem up, but it's
man,
Brooklyn, right? What the hell?
yeah, yeah, but wait, what do you mean, man? If you ain't if you ain't following me, then you would know. Like if you're following me, then you would know that all of my links to my
Don't you got to
merchandise
deal with
is in
millions?
bio. Yeah, I got to deal with millions as well too. But I've been working on my stuff, my own stuff. You know what I mean? Now, all my link is in my bio. You can go on snazzyapparel1.com. I've been working with Thanks for Playing. Those guys got some new shirts coming out soon as well for this next fight. But my
I
shirt
got you.
link,
That company
yeah, thanks for
playing.
playing.
Thanks for playing. I got 2 of the Shu Shu shirts. One for Danny and
Yeah,
one
yeah.
for
Nah,
me.
I peep. You had the New York City shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, nah, but yeah, click the link in my bio, man. Click the link in my bio. You'll see all the links for all the Shu Shu shirts.
I got Bones 13 from Fort Worth, Texas. Who is the biggest boxer name you've sparred?
The biggest boxer name I've sparred, I would say Tank. I would say
Okay.
Javante Davis. He's probably the biggest boxer name I've sparred for sure.
G from East New York. I seen that Neri was moving up to 126. Would you welcome that fight? And what's your thoughts on him as a fighter?
100%. I would love to fight Luis Neri. Even he lost to a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? So you can't take nothing away from him. He's still a great fighter in his own right as well. So I would love to have that name under my belt when it's time for me to fight. If that fight ever comes across my table in 126.
Last one, champ. You're one I guess is a typo. You're one of my favorites, fighters up and coming. Do you have a clothing line? You just answered that. Besides buying fights, what's the best way to support?
Oh man. I mean, sure, you guys can just definitely you guys can continue to get the shirts and everything in my bio. The website link is in my bio. But man, just continue to just watch my documentary, man. I have a documentary that's out. It's called Brownsville Born. You guys can watch that on brownsvilleborn.com. It gives you like a little crash course of my life and what I've been through. Loss in the family, and yeah, man, it's just a lot of things that I had to go through before I even turned pro. I also got it's a documentary. I'm a part of a docu series that's coming out. It's gonna be on Prime. It's
Oh,
with
nice.
Shannon Briggs. Yeah, it's gonna. So Shannon Briggs is basically another thing that's surrounding Brownsville, and yeah, man, they've been filming me for since my last fight. They're gonna film me again for this one, and it's gonna be something great to watch, man. It's gonna be something great. I can't wait until we actually start to have it. on Prime. It's for everybody to see. It's an awesome shoot, and that's gonna be a fun watch for everybody to see.
Champ, how has it been the transition from New York to Vegas? And do you like Vegas outside of boxing? I know for boxing, best sparring, best training, trainers, mountain, all that great shit. But like, do you like Vegas? And do you like being on the West, knowing that you're 6? You know, your family on the East is already 9 a.m. They at work having coffee.
Word. Man, the transition was easy. It was super easy. I was actually growing out of New York just because of, right, like you said, on a boxing standpoint. But then again, it's like the cost of living is crazy in New York. It's so much easier. It's like compared to New York for here in Vegas, it's like it's a steal from the things you can get with the same amount of money that you have in New York. There's no state tax. You know, and then I could just get to drive everywhere. You can find parking. New York, you ain't get no parking. The traffic ain't as bad. All that stuff, man. There's a lot that comes with it. It's just more ease on the mind. You know what I mean? And it's just real like lax, man. I be feeling like I'm on vacation even when I'm working.
Nah, for sure. Well, Champ, we appreciate you always coming on, man, and blessing us with your time. Look forward to getting you back on. Hope the best for you come June. Is it June, right?
June 8th.
June 8th, Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend.
Let me drop it for you real quick. It's going to be June 8th, Puerto Rican Day weekend on Top Rank on ESPN. I will be the co-main event. Y'all going to tune in. Y'all cannot miss the Shu Shu show. It's Puerto Rican Day weekend, so Shu Shu is turning Shu Rican. Now I'm saying I'm taking over. I'm going crazy, being Shu Rican, Shu York City, and y'all ain't gonna want to miss it, man. I can't wait to put in the show for y'all.
Let everybody know where they can find you, Champ.
My Instagram, Bruce_Carrington. My Twitter is B_Carrington1. And once again, man, y'all tune into my documentary, Brownsville Born. Y'all can watch that on brownsvilleborn.com.
Appreciate you, Champ. To the next one.
Thank you.
Likewise. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.